Hello and welcome back to another video here with me, Meoni, for Final Fantasy XIV. Today I wanted to take a look at the Eureka Hydatos Baldesion Arsenal gear. A few people have probably seen this on players and perhaps wondered what it was and where exactly it's from. If you come to Gagane and go to Pier 1, where usually you would queue for Eureka instances themselves, you'll see further out on the pier two NPCs, a replica vendor who specializes in selling you replicas of previous stages of the Eureka weapons, and this nostalgic fellow. The nostalgic fellow himself wears one of the items we're going to look at. His gear exchange option when you interact with him lists 5 Kirin Osode chest pieces for melee, ranged and tanks, and 2 Vermilion Cloak chest pieces for casters and healer roles. The items to obtain the tanking, ranged and melee chest pieces require 2 Cryptic Seal items per chest piece, and both of the Vermilion Cloaks will need Damascene Cloth per chest piece. So where exactly are these items from? Well, they're inside the Baldesion Arsenal, which is the public 56-player open dungeon within Eureka Hydatos. Within Baldesion Arsenal, there are several bosses, which upon defeat display treasure coffers for your group to loot. Inside these coffers is the chance to see, amongst other items, these items in particular. Now, you technically never have to step foot in the Baldesion Arsenal itself to get these chest pieces, because they are actually all market saleable. The cost of the individual item, i.e. the Cryptic Seals or the Damascene Cloth, on my own server is surprisingly cheaper than straight out buying the particular chest piece you want on the market board that others have listed, with many of the pieces reaching upwards of 4 million gil for a chest piece, and the 2 items needed to actually exchange for that item being half of that or less in some instances. So if you want this for any reason, then you're best suited to actually shop around. These items are much more than just glamour. Although that's what we will really be looking at in a second, they do actually offer an elemental bonus. There are items across the entirety of Eureka that also offer this bonus, such as the infamous Cassie's earrings from Pagos's most elusive notorious monster. The reason people find value in their use is that the elemental bonus will give you a boost to either your damage you do with your Magia wheel pointed to your enemy's weakness, or offer you more survivability in defense against your chosen Magia wheel selected element. These are incredibly useful in both grinding Eureka in general, but also work wonders inside the Baldesion Arsenal dungeon itself, giving you an advantage in survivability or damage whilst you progress. Immediately you might notice that for a 300 item level chest piece, but a lot of these items aren't actually too bad stat wise, but are definitely suited to Eureka overall. It's also worth pointing out here that the Vermilion Cloaks in particular, i.e. the caster and healer set, actually consumes your helm and chest slot as they are gowns, which might immediately on first glance make their stats look incredible before you realise they use 2 slots. The melee, tank and ranged ones do not and are actually only chest pieces. So finally, this is what they look like, which might be more of a concern for some of the people watching, and indeed in the future when this content is less visited. So both Vermilion Cloaks look identical, and so do all the Kirin's items for tanks, ranged and melee DPS. These 2 models then are designed after the Final Fantasy XI equivalent designs, and offer yet more nostalgia for those of you who did play Final Fantasy XI. I really like the addition of these items, and to offer them actual usability and content, and to give them stats is quite a nice idea in my opinion. Either way, I wanted to share this with you today and continue my coverage of what I can inside Eureka Hydatos. Thank you kindly for watching, and I'll see you all next time.